My name is Marcos Prez, and this is Mad Trucks with Marcos. Hello everybody, and thank you for watching Mad Trucks with Marcos. As you can see today, don't have a pickup truck behind me, but what we do have is a 2016 Jeep Wrangler. It's the JK-Z2, and it was built by Southern Comfort Automotive. This particular one is the very first one in the country that they built. They did a couple neat things for it, a couple upgrades that a lot of them won't get. So we're gonna go through, show you what they do, and let you know what this one's got on it. Alrighty, so here at the very front, as you can see, there's a steel bumper. It is the stubby bumper, so when you look at it from the front, it's, you get that real meaty appearance. You can see the whole front tire, real nice. So built into this bumper, it's got a Warn. It's a 10,000 pound winch. The JK-Z2 package normally will come with an 8,000 pound winch, but this being the first one, they had at a few shows. They upgraded a few things. 10,000 pound winch is one of them. As you can see, it has lights everywhere. So all the lights, it's got the pillar mount light switch panel. They are all Rigid Industries lights. So we have them at the front. We got the 10-inch bar here. We have a 20-inch bar on the grill with the grill insert right from Rigid Industries. That's very nice. Up on the rack, you can see there's lights on the front. There's lights on the side of it, and there's lights behind it. So yes, you could park this in the middle of the field and light it up, no problem. While we're at the front, I will point out it has the Snorkel up top. So what that Snorkel is going to do, basically it's got tubes run into the bottom side of the air intake, and it's all sealed up real nice. So, you could theoretically have water up to here and it's not going to get sucked in through the intake. So all the air that's going in the engine is actually getting fed in through the Snorkel. So we'll go around to the side here. It does have the aftermarket LED lights. I'm sure there's a shot of them. This one does have halos in it. You can pick just about any color you want. You can have it strobe, you can have it switch through different colors. Kind of neat, one of those things that not everybody always wants, but it is really cool on there. And once you see it at night with the lights going, it really is something special. This hood, so this started out life as an Oscar Mike. It would not have came with this hood. So it's got the upgraded hood that would come on the Rubicon. It's got the vents on the top part here, real aggressive looking. So the whole Jeep, it has this beautiful matte finish. This matte finish is a paint, and we have it on the black, and then we also have green on the doors, on the center of the hood. And a lot of the accents on this Jeep, you can see these inserts, the SCA logo here, the recovery hooks, that's all green. Which is really nice. It kind of breaks up, instead of having an all black vehicle, breaks it up a little bit, definitely pops. Steel fenders. So I'll show you the back ones in a little bit. This is the front steel fender. It is not, this isn't a fender flare. This is a whole nother fender that gets put on. It is all steel. It is going to give us a little more articulation. So it's going to let this big 37-inch tire go up and down a little more. And it really gives it that meaty look. So suspension on this one. The suspension components are provided by FabTech. So all the control arms, all that kind of stuff's through FabTech. The shocks are a Dirt Logic setup. They do have the external reservoir. And basically what that's gonna do is all the fluid that's in the shock, when the shock compresses, it's gonna feed into this external reservoir, and it's gonna give you a lot more travel in that shock. As opposed to a system that doesn't have this, it's gonna have to compress the gas that's in there, in a section up here. So the travel, is only gonna be from here to here. Having this external reservoir lets it go all the way up and pump the whatever gases are in there. And you can see the control arms are green, the springs are green. So the suspension, it's real tricked out on it. It rides really nice going down the road. A lot of people think that, you're gonna have the worst ride ever in a lifted Wrangler. That's not necessarily true. A lot of these lifted up Wranglers do have a great ride, and especially on this one with upgraded suspension. You know, Dirt Logic suspension setup on any vehicle is not cheap, but when you drive it compared to some of the other ones, that's when you really start to notice the difference. So going around to the side, so matte paint all the way down, brings us to our rear steel fender. So again, same as the front, it's a full steel fender style. Southern Comfort did. I mean, again, really nice. So the tire, I forgot to talk about tire up front, but the tire, it's a BF Goodrich Mud Terrain. It is a 37-inch tall tire. It's gonna be 12.5 inches wide. And this particular one is on a 20-inch wheel. So even with the 20-inch wheel going up to the 37-inch tire, there's still a lot of meat on it that is gonna help us for our ride as well. So up on the very top, we have our Fab Fours cargo rack. It does have lights, like I said, built in on the front and on the sides. I mean, it's really useful. You can load up a bunch of stuff in there and you don't have to compromise any of the interior storage. So up there, really nice, just gives it that extra little storage capability. Going around to the back, of course, we got the taillight covers. They do have another steel bumper back here. The steel bumpers on the front and back of these Jeeps is really nice. They do more than just looks. So on the front, having that high clearance bumper is gonna give us a better approach angle. Basically, we'll be able to climb into a steeper incline. And then on the back, we have the departure angle. So when you're coming back down, it's not, you know, the stock bumper would be rubby and this one's gonna be a little higher. So it's gonna give you a little more clearance. On the chances that you do rub somewhere, you're definitely gonna wanna rub on a steel bumper as opposed to the factory plastic ones. So going around here, also part of the bumper is the heavy duty tire carrier. So having a monster tire like this, if we would have used the factory system, it would have mounted on the door, and that would be a lot of weight to be putting on a door that opens and closes. So the way they have it set up here, the weight is actually put onto the bumper, and it still does open and close when you open the door. Excuse all our stuff in there. And you can kind of see in here, as you're moving it, sorry, I don't know if you can get in there, but as you're moving it, it basically allows, so all the weight from this on the bumper, this door isn't carrying the weight, it's just kind of keeping it in place. That's a must-have. You could really wreck a back door on one of these Jeeps by putting too much weight on it. So going with the lift, we have the off-road jack. So the factory jack is made to lift a factory height Jeep. It's gonna work fine for that. When you're off-road, this Jeep is about 3 inches taller than a regular factory Jeep that you'd see on the road. So this is gonna help for that. And it's also gonna help if you, let's say you mess a tire up when you're on a trail, it's a lot, you can pretty much mount this wherever. It doesn't have to be a completely flat surface. And you're gonna be able to lift your Jeep up, take the tire off, and then along with the lighting, another Rigid Industries backup light here. So actually when you put this in reverse, this is a reverse light, and then it's also got lights, LED lights built into the bumper. One thing I want to mention on these, a lot of people say, oh, I could build one of these, I could do this, do that. That's fine. You might be able to build something that looks like this. One thing people don't take into consideration is man hours. It takes a ton of people, a ton of time to go from a stock Jeep to finished product. And the other thing is all the smalls that you might not get, you order a lift kit, you might not get all the relocation brackets, you might not get a pitman, whatever the little things are, you might not get them with it. And that's the stuff that ends up taking time. All of a sudden you're waiting for shipping, 2 weeks for one little part. That's why it's nice like this, buy it, 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty on bumper to bumper. So you buy a completely custom Jeep, you don't have to make any of the sacrifices as far as the warranty goes. And then I will touch on the rock rails. I didn't mention those. So those rock rails are nice. This is gonna protect, so if we were on a trail, went over a log or something, it was gonna come up. These are gonna protect the body. It also serves as, this comes out a little bit, also serves as a step if you need a little help getting into it. So this is the SCA JK-Z2. Appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.